monitor.
To accept this call, press or say 5. To refuse this call, hang up now. To block this call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Hi, Rudy.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, how you doing, Aaron?
Not bad. What's new with you?
Well, I heard the good news that I gave Todd your guys' number, and he gave you guys a call.
Good.
So that was good. I heard you guys got that message out for him.
Yep.
You know, about the Larry Wooten, deposing Larry Wooten and all that.
Yeah, everybody's dying to hear what's in that.
Yeah, me too. By the way, I have good news myself. I finally have a court date tomorrow.
No way. When?
Yeah, tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning.
Wow, that came up quickly.
Yeah, I just learned about it yesterday. My dad was trying to email me the court docket, and this place was refusing to give me that email all weekend. And
what?
I just finally got it. Yeah, I finally got it last night. And so yeah, I just learned that I got court Tuesday. And it can only go good. You know, it might, anything can happen. Anything's possible. I could get pretrial. I can get a dismissal, or at least get the ball rolling. You know.
Oh, I hope it's dismissed, brother. That would be great.
Yeah.
Are you going pro se?
Yeah, I've been representing myself for a few years now.
Good.
At this hearing, we're also gonna. It's kind of like a status conference to see if all parties are ready for trial, and some preliminary matters. Like, I'm trying to get rid of my standby attorney, and some other motions I had filed on the misconduct of the magistrate for not allowing me to testify at a hearing, stuff like that. It's outrageous stuff they've been doing. So.
Well, we'll pray that it gets dismissed.
Yeah, pray for me, you know, and I just wanted to give out some good news to some people calling out, you know.
Well, that's really good news. I hope you get what you want.
Yeah, because, you know, it's just, I mean, at this point, it's just too long, you know, and I'm curious to know what the judge is going to say when I ask him, you know, when does the court believe that this is a due process violation?
Right.
You know, in a minute from now, 5 minutes from now, a day from now?
Right.
At what point does it become too long? I mean, it's obviously been too long, but according to the court, they just seem like they can hold you forever without being punitive.
Yeah, it's punitive, all right.
Hey, Omar, this is Rudy. Hey, man, are you having trial tomorrow?
No, tomorrow is it's like a status hearing.
Oh,
pretty much.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, anything can happen. I talked to Ryan Bundy last night, and a couple other friends and supporters, and a few people are going to be there. You know, and
is your dad going to be there?
I ask for everyone's prayers. What's that?
Is your dad going to be there?
No, I don't believe so, because he's in California.
Oh, okay.
He's working.
All right, okay.
I'll let Kelly know.
Yeah, I talked to Kelly as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
A lot of people are already aware, but yeah, let some people know. And the main thing is prayers, you know, and I hope, you know, I really hope something goes good tomorrow, at least some good rulings or something.
Amen. Hey, has anybody been held without a court date longer than you? I mean, have you set the record in America?
Well, for a minor charge, I might be. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I was actually just talking with a friend who's an attorney, and he said that he's probably never seen this, and yeah, he even said himself that it might be a record. I really don't know. I know complex cases, they've held people for like 5-6 years. Like, I've actually read some case laws about that.
Wow.
Or some lawsuits, but that's complex case, you know.
Yeah.
And which is still not right. But anyways, you know, for a minor gun charge, which I already beat, and in the state, you know, with with more evidence on the police than they do me, it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right.
In a couple of weeks, I'll be at the 40-month mark.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. What's the judge's?
Yeah,
do you know the judge's name? Do you know the name of the judge?
Yeah, he's a trial judge, a district judge, Andrew P. Gordon.
Okay, Andrew P. Gordon. Wow. Okay, very good.
Yeah, tomorrow 9:30. So that's when the hearing's at the federal Vegas courthouse. So yeah, and hey, I'm gonna prepare tonight, and I'm gonna go in there and pretty much argue a lot of points and issues that we got going on, to see where everything's at. Yeah,
well, I hope they dismiss it, man. I hope you get out of there, and I hope you walk out of there tomorrow. That'd be a great thing, man.
It would be. It's been a long time coming, man. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, 40 months. 40 months in jail with no trial date. Incredible.
It is. It's just not. I just can't believe it. I still can't believe it.
Yeah.
I don't know when I can.
Yeah.
It's a terrible nightmare.
Right.
I was finally able to talk to my son the other day. He's doing good, and it was good to hear from him. He's living in Utah with his mother, and so I just pray I get to be home with him. So, is someone
going to be able to provide you a ride or something if you do get out? I mean, do you have some friends in the area?
Well, most likely my mother.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, she's. I don't know if someone's driving her or what's really going on. Because she has still been going to chemo and fighting this cancer out. So she's not in great shape. But yeah, she should be there.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, I'm hoping for a full dismissal, but at least a pretrial release would be great. I mean, I've heard people even go to halfway house. I mean, anything,
Yeah.
At this point, it's like, just get me out of this box, just put me anywhere, really.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to pray tonight and just see what happens.
Amen. Amen. Well, we're looking forward to hearing what happens, too, and you're in our prayers, Omar, and it's been a long road for you, brother. I mean, 40 freaking months. Not even a court, not even a trial, and I hope the judge has some dang common sense and has some compassion.
Yeah. Well, my friend thinks so. A couple of people think it's going to go good, so we'll see what happens. I'm just happy to have a court date,
Yeah.
Even though it's torture. It's torture to even go down there. They put you in this box for hours just to get there, and you're just shackled all day long, and they wake you up at 3 a.m. And you don't get no sleep. Then I have to go in there to represent myself. It's horrible.
Wow.
It's just pure torture.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at least that you could get your sleep.
Right.
So yeah, it's just a drag run and all that stuff. So I just hope it's going to be over soon.
Yeah, so there's not going to be any like a voir dire or jury process. It's just a status hearing, and hopefully, okay,
yeah.
So it's just before the judge, and I guess hopefully it goes well, man. Hopefully it goes well. It sounds like the judge has got to take into consideration you've been sitting in there for nearly 40 months, so.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's thinking of doing something. I don't know yet, but at the same time, who knows? He might be setting a court date. I don't know what's on his mind, but I mean, I think he is realizing this is becoming way too long. The public is finding out, and it's just I don't know,
Yeah.
Do you know the numbers on your petition yet?
I heard it was at about 400.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty dang good.
It's pretty good, but it seems like it's at a standstill right now, and I wish I could blow up, really go viral somehow. You know, I don't know if you know anyone that's who could consider like semi-famous or something.
If you,
hey, you know,
yeah,
just it takes that one voice to say, hey, you know, hey, I'm following this support on this matter to the Supreme Court, and then watch thousands of people jump on it. You know,
if you ever figure out how to make anything viral, please share that with us. Yeah, let us know, because we've got about 40 prisoners that we advocate for on our website. We have political prisoner
for 3 decades, innocent.
Some of them have been in prison 35 years, Omar, and they are innocent as the day is long. And we haven't figured out how to make any of them go viral. I mean, Schaefer Cox is probably as close as we've ever came, but if you ever figure out how to make anything viral, we definitely are trying to figure that secret out.
Oh, well, when I get out, I promise you I'm going to try to figure that out.
Yeah, check out our website and let us know what you think.
Yeah, because I think all the innocent people or people being done wrong, it's not right. Even the people that are guilty, they're being charged 10 times in what they deserve, and it's not right. This is inhumanity.
Yep.
To let people sit in here like this and rot away for a mistake that they should be forgiven for.
Yep.
So
our justice system is completely it's just satanic, and it really is a terrible, terrible system, and it needs to be majorly overhauled.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, justice reform is what we need. We need a lot of advocates. We need some. I've written a lot of foundations, and I'm sad that I haven't got any response from any of them.
Wow.
Which is, it's like, how can we really be a land of the free and for justice and freedom, but not care about people's liberty?
Hey, Omar, have you ever heard of the DiMaia Supreme Court decision?
Yeah, actually, I got a copy of it after you guys, let me know about it, and I actually used it in one of my recent motions.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I actually did a great motion about. By the way, it was also about statutory vagueness on a statute.
Oh, good.
On the current statute for the firearm, right?
Yeah.
Which actually, if I get a hold of my dad, I'll tell him to send you a copy. It's on the Pacer. I don't know if you guys have access to that. But there's a recent motion. I mean, I studied for a while on this, and it's clearly vague, because the general person that reads this statute or indictment is going to say, I had nothing to do with interstate commerce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is what even I said at the court. And because of the language in the statute says of a firearm that has been shipped. Well, the indictment says of a firearm having been shipped. Now, the problem with this is the courts construe it to apply to the past. Well, this is a present tense language. It does not include, like, for example, having previously been shipped or has previously been shipped. This would let you know to the general person that it can be applied to the past.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. If you've used DiMaia to argue vagueness to in some sort of legal brief, I would love for your father to send me a copy of that, because I could use that to help a lot of other prisoners who are also looking for sample legal briefs for DiMaia. We're going to start collecting them and try to, because I think there's only like a year time frame for everybody to act upon that, and I'm going to be collecting them from anyone who's ever put one together. So
it's a rush.
We would love to take your work and help use it to free other people too.
Sure. The DiMaia though is really basically, it was about vagueness.
Yep.
And they technically, I read the whole thing, even the dissent. It's a 100-page opinion, and basically it's them basically saying that the Johnson law equally applied to 16B.
Yes, right.
For the crime violence definition. But applying it to 924C and other statutes, a lawyer would technically have to file a separate motion attacking, using DiMaia and saying to that specific issue or statute, and say that this this applies as well, just like DiMaia applied for the Johnson.
Yeah.
In a similar way. My motion is particularly to the 922G1 or 922G.
Okay.
Which is for prohibited people with firearms, including, domestic violence or felons or stuff like that. Like I said, the interstate commerce ends at a certain point, which nothing after that could be in or affecting the interstate commerce. So if a person is going to be charged for something that they're claiming applies to the past, then they should be apprised of that. Do you get what I'm saying? They should have been advised that they know what they're violating.
Right.
If the statute's not plain on its face, then how are we supposed to know? Oh, this applies to a past shipment of a gun. Well, we don't know that.
Yeah.
The court is automatically telling us that. So, yes, I mean, this is very important. I mean, I hope I open up a new gateway for that, because we've been trying to overturn a case called Scarborough, which just simply said, oh, at any time, if a gun has been shipped, it's sufficient to apply a nexus to that. But technically, it's not. Just because the Supreme Court said so, without any backing on any reasoning, it's incorrect.
Have you ever heard of a guy by the name of Skylar Barbeau?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Skylar?
Yeah. He was going to go argue pro se for his gun charge. He manufactured his own gun or made his own gun. And
right.
I think during the course of the trial, he overheard somebody say that if he continues to represent himself and put forth these arguments, the judge is going to throw him in prison like 20 years. So even if you're right, even if you have good, sound legal arguments, they still threaten you with just throwing you in prison. I mean, so I'm concerned that even if you are very intelligent like yourself and can argue the law, that if the judge doesn't like you for whatever reason, he's still going to throw you in prison,
Well, the government is petrified about these issues being raised up, because the general public, they don't know this, and the issues I'm using some Supreme Court cases that were actually never brought up or used before. Technically, it lets you know when interstate commerce ceases to exist. It's over. Once it enters the state and is there for local distribution or use, it becomes a local matter. Interstate is done. Interstate commerce is a thing of the past, and that's the real hitter right there, is the Supreme Court cases explaining that. Well, and I believe it or not, I've actually read Skylar's some of his motions and stuff about this matter, and he did a great job on it. But I think I attacked a little bit of a different route, because I kind of went on the same path he did before, and they just like to ignore it and say Scarborough is good enough. So, the Supreme Court already said it's fine, so denied. And but that's why I'm going on the language aspect to say, well, if you guys are going to construe this to apply to the past, then the general public should know that as well. Which has not been raised before, which is kind of, for example, if you look at the statute in 922K, right, it says of a firearm which has, and it has specifically the language that says has at any time.
1 minute remaining.
At any time been shipped. Well, why doesn't it say that for 922G?
Yeah.
It doesn't say has at any time been shipped. That would have clearly let us know with express language that this applies to all at all times. So, which is a great argument, and I talked to Roger Roots about it, and he agreed with it too. And so we'll see what happens, but the government's running from this right now. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll
get that to you, and it's going to cut us off. So
I'm glad to hear you have them on the run.
Yeah, our prayers are with you, and it sounds like you got a good support system with Roger Roots. And try to get some sleep, man, and give them hell tomorrow. I pray that they dismiss your case, man.
All right, I will.
God bless
All right, take care, you guys.
All right, take care, Omar.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I forgot it was